Roth IRA update for October 2025.
Yo, 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 welcome to the show.
Yo YouTube, what is good? It's 5:40 p.m. Thursday, October 16th, and we're just going to do a quick update on the Roth IRA, my performance over these timestamps, my stocks and ETFs, my investments, or rather my contributions, and also we're going to look at the dividends, but we're going to do that over in this view there. So the portfolio right now is sitting at $27,760, and that's like a $2,000 gain since the last time we did this video, or at least for September. And we try to do these around the middle of the month. Just a quick update for you guys. A $2,000 gain is pretty wild. I don't know the exact number. That's like a 9% gain over a month, and that's insane to me. On the day we're down, and honestly, the portfolio deserves it. It's been performing so well. What can I say? Down 1.17% on the day. And comparing that to the SPY, which I track through SPLG over there, that's down only 0.79%. I will say my Roth is becoming a lot more volatile than I initially intended it to be. It's definitely more volatile than the SPY based on the holdings right now, but that's all good. On the week, we're down 0.98. Let's just say we're down 1%. On the month, up 4.5%. That's honestly, that's crazy. Exactly. A lot of that is through, well, not a lot, but some of that is through my contributions. I did end up contributing more than I should have through just my recurring deposits. I was an idiot and forgot that Monday was a holiday, and I did like my own contribution, like wondering why my automatic, I don't know. So it ended up going through like twice. So my gains are definitely a little bit like skewed in the percentage department there, but that's fine. 3 months we're up 8.17%. Just crazy. Year to date we're up 24%. 1 year we are up 23.78%. Insane. In my eyes, that's insane. Buying power $43.40. That's just from me contributing. I haven't been selling out of anything in my Roth IRA. Thinking about some stuff, but haven't done anything. So that's just from me contributing and what's left over. Contributions. So I can contribute a maximum of $7,000. Actually, you can do that too if you want to start a Roth IRA. My link will be in the description. And something that's cool about having it in Robinhood is that they do a match. So for every dollar, or let's say for every $100 you contribute, they give you a dollar. They just match it. So essentially, I've contributed $5,650, and I've gotten $56.50 from them having matched me. It's a nice feature. This is my third year in the Roth, so I think the first year was $6,500. So let's say 140 plus 65, that's 205. Essentially, I will have gotten a free $205 just from having my Robinhood or having my Roth IRA in Robinhood, if that makes sense. I'm sure other brokerages do that, and Robinhood actually does 3%, I believe, if you have their gold membership, but I just don't want to do that. So I just wanted to say that if you want to use Robinhood, you can use my link, and you don't have to use my link, but you'll get the match for sure. That's how it looks on the pie chart. I always love to see the pie chart. I wish I could go into why it says 2% match right there, but interesting. So let's get into the stocks and ETFs that we have. So I try to keep these sorted relatively by the equity. So largest up here being QQQM, and then MIR being the smallest holding at the bottom. And I'll just talk for a second or two about each of them, and then we'll get into the dividends. So QQQM is an index just like QQQ. It tracks the Nasdaq 100. I just chose to use QQQM because similarly to SPLG, it's a cheaper ETF, both the price and the expense ratio, than like the more popular QQQ and SPY respectively. They trade the same way, they track the same index, so the percentages move in the same manner. So yeah, that's just my reason. It's cheaper, so I can get to 100 shares quicker too. So that's a nice plus. I'm only at 23.63 shares of QQQ, but that's okay. We're down on the day, 0.58%. And let me actually go back to this view right here. Down on the day, 0.58%. And that's way better than how we performed today. We're down like twice that. Exactly. But that's all right. QQQM, it checks, it has a lot of, like, let's say, technology stocks in there. It doesn't have any finance, but hey, my portfolio is just wild right now. Next, we have SPLG. Let's look at total return actually. I guess before I go to SPLG, total return for QQQM 28% so far, around $1,200. SPLG up 19% on that one, about $950, 74.24 shares, so almost at 75 shares for that one. Pretty exciting. And we keep buying this one. I don't know why I have in my head like I want QQQM and SPLG to be like the same equity. For some reason, my brain wants that. So I keep buying SPLG and neglecting QQQM because it grows so quickly and it forces me to get to 100 shares here. But I also want to increase my NASDAQ position. It's like a battle inside my head with myself. Crazy. Um, but yeah, 74 shares of SPLG trades just like the SPY. It tracks the S&P 500. It's just cheaper in terms of the share price. This one's worth, I think, like 100 and something. I forget. Cheaper in terms of the share price as well as the expense ratio. So look into that if you are interested. Next, we have SCHD, the dividend US Charles Schwab US dividend equity ETF, something like that. I straight up pulled that out of my ass, so I hope it's correct. But everybody knows SCHD. It's the dividend ETF. There's a lot of others, but I think this one's the most popular. It's been getting a lot of hate so far, for its performance so far this year. But I mean, I'm not gonna jump ship. I think I see the value in an ETF like SCHD. It's not for growth. I mean, it is expected to grow, but I'm just continuing to DCA while I watch and monitor the performance. I'm not gonna sell out of my SCHD position. It's not a crazy weighting in my portfolio, so I'm not concerned. It's just a nice way to balance everything out. We're only up 2% with SCHD now. That is concerning, but hey, we're up more than that with the dividends. Let's say that. Next, we have Rocket Lab, 71 shares of this. This thing has gone bonkers. Can I say that? 161%, almost $3,000. I told myself I'd kind of like pause on buying it. I'm sure it's gonna be like coming down soon, and while I do see a great like long-term future for this stock and this company and this sector and everything, I just feel like it's too expensive right now. And is that me missing out? Probably. But I mean, really, I expect that after the bull run, it's gonna like breathe a little bit, and then I'll start just like DCAing again, something like that. Today was the first red day in like a month. I'm just exaggerating. Not a month, but it had a 3% down day today, and we needed it. SPMO is next. This is just like a momentum ETF, 26.36 shares. Trades well. It. I like this one because obviously it's been growing well. That's the reason I like it. I said it. Vichi's next, 82 shares of that. Only 2.39 share. Only 2.39% of a return so far with this one, but of course the dividends have been coming in too. I wish I had the numbers off the top of my head to say like my total return including dividends, but I can put it on the screen actually. Ford, we have 86 shares of that. I think I bought a share today, up 11.72% with Ford. Finally, this is a new one for the portfolio. It's MIR, ticker symbol MIR, Mirion Technologies. And it's just a newer speculative play for me. It's in the nuclear sector, like nuclear technology, radiation measurement, and all that. I'll make a video that's dedicated to this, and I really just bought my first 8 shares today, so I'm already down 3%. This is another one that's pretty volatile. So stocks like these that I'm introducing into my portfolio, Rocket Lab's a crazy one. It's just I mean, my intention was never to be this speculative in my Roth, but now I'm thinking that there's just value in having some small percentage in that stock that could blow up. Like it's a Roth after all. I have years, decades to let this money grow, and I'm still very comfortable with my weighting of QQQ, M, and SPLG, SCHD. Like I have solid holdings in there, but I'm having a little bit of fun in there too, you know? I like that. But MIR is one of those. I will make a dedicated video for this one. But yeah, there you go. That's the portfolio for now. And actually, before we go to the dividends, let's look at this view over here where you can see things on a more graphical level to see how the portfolio is weighted. This is everything. Total portfolio value 27,000, blah blah blah. Only $43 in buying power. So it's that little smidge right there, 0.16%. Good to know. And then sorting this by equity, let's see what that is. Should roughly line up with how the review just went. QQQM is at the top. I don't know why I have a weird number of shares for that one. That's interesting. I got to clean that up. SPLG Rocket Lab, third largest holding, and you can see how much of the portfolio it takes. If I had to put rough numbers to these, maybe a fifth, 20%, 20%, 20%, or 18%, 15, I don't know, whatever. Definitely don't want to have this many holdings in my portfolio. Ford is gonna be going probably. I might just divvy up the money into Vici and SCHD for that one. Put some more in. I'll see how it goes. Actually, I do want to put some continue to grow MIR because as you can see, it's only $195 right now. So we're gonna put some training wheels on that one actually. Maybe $25 a week. Not sure. If I do 135 a week, I could do a healthier amount. Let's see. All right, so let's get into the dividends inside my Roth. September dividends, we received $82.21. And I guess I should have said that even though it's October, we're reporting up to the end of September. So kind of just like a late September dividend report, essentially. Got $82.21. And year-to-date total up to the end of September, that brings us, the $82 takes us to $311.19 for 2025 in dividends inside the Roth. That's a monthly average of $38.90. So nothing really I can do with this money until I'm 60, but it's good to know that hey, that's $39 a day in my Roth essentially. All time in dividends, we've received $554.85, and this is since I started my Roth back in what was it like August of 2023. It's probably when I just started my YouTube channel, and if you want to go back and watch how I I operated my Roth IRA back then. Please feel free to go check those old videos out. They're probably a little bit cringe, but I was so like conservative. Now I'm Rocket Lab, like 10% of my portfolio of my Roth, insane. But hey, if these are the small or the things that people do to become, you have that one investment that you think has potential, and 5 decades down the line, well, 3 decades down the line, it was the right pick, then wow, easy millionaire. So maybe that will be me. Let's look at the graphs in my Roth. We're at in 2025, so that's the yellow. The last set of dividends we got was September, and you can see it's performing well. It's stacking well against the blue 23, the red 24, and then 2025. it was $82. And then just everything kind of spread out just over the years of having my dividends come in inside my Roth. Slow and steady growth. I like it. This was a crazy, I don't know what happened with the hair, but yeah. Then finally, yearly dividends. With this month, we finally passed the 2024 total. So that was around 296 if I remember correctly. And now we're at 300 and something. So thumbs up. All right, so we're doing very good inside the Roth if I do say so myself. I know it's getting very growthy. It's a grower now. It wasn't supposed to be like that, but I'm happy that I'm capitalizing on these opportunities. This is growing tax free, so I mean, but that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.